Hello children, in today's class we are going to study reading online content. So how to read this online content? Online content refers to textual and audio-visual information that is available on the internet. It may include text, images, maps, audio tracks, videos, games and animations. And next thing is how to read a home page. I hope you all know what a home page is. So now you must know how to read a home page. So reading a home page. Reading online content requires a different set of strategies than reading traditional media. So what are these traditional media? Traditional media include newspaper, television, radio, magazines and brochures, pamphlets, leaflets, etc. So online reading differs a different set of strategies than reading traditional media. So the web page that is displayed first after you enter a web address into your browser is called the home page. So what is a home page? The web page that is displayed first after you enter a web address. Sometimes you might type www. For example, Flipkart. So the home page or the web page that is displayed when you type a Flipkart.com, the page that is displayed first after you enter a web address. So web address here is www.flipkart.com. So enter a web address into your browser. The page that is displayed is called the home page. So the web page that is displayed is called home page. So for example, this is a web page. Okay, web page of Knights Basketball Academy. Okay, this is the web page. After entering this Knights Basketball Academy, you might get this page. So, websites differ from traditional print media and they can accommodate more visual content, right? So websites, as I said, it is easy to identify the main content of a web page because it will either be placed prominently, highlighted in some manner, or may occupy the most amount of space on the web page. So for example, in a print media, print publication, okay, let me share the previous image. See, as I said, it is easy to identify the main content of the web page. See, you can see this is home page, roster, about, events, calendar. So it is easy to identify the main content of a web page because it is it will either be placed prominently, so things are placed prominently here, or highlighted in as I said, for example, in Flipkart you can see fashion, women, men, kids, everything will be highlighted, so in some manner, and it may occupy the most amount of space on the web page. But in a print publication like a newspaper, the main story is usually printed along with images, if any. Okay, so in the screenshot, if you see, when you share a screenshot, you can see the main article. Okay. So it is easy to identify the main content of a web page because it will either be placed prominently, highlighted in some manner, or may occupy the most amount of space on the web page. So next is, we are going to study hypertext. Some of you might be familiar with this term without knowing definition. So what is this hypertext? Hypertext is a term which is used to denote online content which contain connections to other web pages. And those connections are called hyperlinks. So what is a hypertext? Hypertext is a term which is used to denote online content which contain connections to other web pages. So these connections are called hyperlinks. Hyperlinks can be identified on the web page by looking for words printed in a different color from the rest of the text. So hypertext, as I said, is used to denote online content. And hyperlinks can be identified by numerical superscripts that appear alongside the text. Multimedia content like images too can be accessed through hyperlinks. So I am sharing image for the hyperlink of the first basketball. See this Knights Basketball Academy. You can assume or you can see as all these as the hypertext. So when you click this particular home or roster or about hypertext, you have to assume that you are taken to this particular page. So using hyperlinks makes it possible to carry a large number of stories on the home page itself. So hyperlinks are also, so this is also another hyperlink of the Knights Basketball Academy. So hyperlinks they also make the page more visually appealing by limiting the amount of text on the page and allowing more pictures to be displayed. So finding specific information from websites is much easier when compared to traditional media. See, as I said, this is the home page. And if you want to get answer for this question, you have to just move the cursor to this word and you have to click. So using these hyperlinks, finding specific information from websites is much easier when compared to traditional media. So most websites, they offer a search dialog box where you can key in the terms you need to search for. So by clicking on the hyperlink in the title of the main article or the image accompanying it, you can access the full text of the entry. Okay, so when you click this hyperlink, you will be taken to another page. You can assume this as one page and this hyperlink of Knights Basketball is another page. So you will be taken to the image accompanying it, or you can access the full text of the entry. So the menu at the top also provides hyperlinks to the main sections of the site. This menu actually helps readers navigate quickly through the contents of the website. So I hope you understand what hypertext and hyperlink now. So as I said, hypertext is the text displayed on a computer display or other electronic devices with references. So references are nothing but hyperlinks. Hyperlinks to other text which the reader can immediately access or where text can be revealed progressively at multiple levels of detail. Okay, so the hypertext pages are interconnected by hyperlinks. Please listen. Hypertext pages are interconnected by hyperlinks. It is typically activated by a mouse click or key press sequence or by touching the screen. So apart from text, hypertext is sometimes used to describe you can see like tables, images and other presentational content forms with hyperlinks. So hypertext is the underlying concept defining the structure of the World Wide Web. So that is WWW. So what is this WWW? World Wide Web. Okay. So we move on to the next part. Addressing short attention spans. Okay. So if you see, studies have shown that most people have short attention span while reading online. So studies have shown that most people have short attention span while reading online. So since websites carry a lot of visual information, including advertisements, readers should develop the ability to locate specific pieces of information quickly. Okay, and here you must learn these two types of reading. First is scanning and the second one is skimming. And there are other two types also, that is extensive reading and intensive reading. So these are the four types of reading. I repeat, skimming, scanning, intensive and extensive. These are the four types of reading. So what is scanning now? Let us see that first. So scanning is a reading technique used rapidly in order to find specific facts. Okay, so what is scanning? It is a technique used in reading to find a specific fact. For example, when you have this when you want to look for a telephone number, you take a directory of telephone numbers and you look for a specific number, or a dictionary. You use dictionary and you look for a meaning of a particular term. So that is scanning. Next is skimming. So this is also a reading technique which is used rapidly in order to get a general overview of the material. Skimming is reading rapidly in order to get a general overview of the material. So that is skimming. Skimming is skipping and reading. So you want to know what the story about. You have a short story, a book in hand, and you want to know what the story or what is the book about. So you just give a quick reading. So reading rapidly not to get a general overview of the material. That is skimming. And you all know that the famous microblogging site Twitter takes advantage of the limited attention span of online readers by limiting the length of each post or tweet to 140 characters. Please listen. See, Twitter, it limits the length of each post or the tweet to 140 characters. Okay. So Twitter allows users to access information directly from the news sources in real time. So they are also actually social networks, which means that users can easily share tweets or comments on them. Okay, so you will be having this account, Twitter account, and you know, so it limits the tweet to 140 characters. So let me again give you a brief definition for the scanning. So what is scanning? Scanning is commonly used in everyday life. For example, as I said, when you looking up a word in dictionary or finding your friend's name in the contacts directory of your phone, that is skimming. So skimming is concerned with finding general, that is scanning, and skimming is concerned with finding general information. So namely the main ideas. Okay, so scanning involves looking for specific information and the skimming to get general overview of the material. So other two types which I mentioned just now are extensive reading and intensive reading. So extensive reading is reading for fun or entertainment and pleasure, as well as to gain a basic understanding of something. However, the primary focus of Intensive reading is to understand the literal meaning of the text being read.